Hey, Battlefield Glasse here, Season 5. And it's really good. For the most part, there are some weird quirks. It wouldn't be DICE otherwise, but overall, I'm very happy with the content we've gotten so far. Reclaimed is the best map in the game. No doubt. I love this new map. I've had so much fun, both on Conquest and on Breakthrough. Conquest especially just plays amazing. For the first time in this game's life, I feel like I'm actually playing a good old Battlefield game. This is how you design a map. And I really hope that they can continue this design philosophy for the Season 6 map. If there is a Season 6 map, we don't know yet, but hopefully it's a map designed with 64 players in mind. It just works so much better. The pacing is better, the flow is so much more interesting, and in my opinion, this is the perfect size for a map. 2 tanks and a heli on both sides, that's really all we need. The focus should be on the infantry, in my opinion, and that is, I think, where Battlefield is at its absolute best. So big props to the designers for this map, but it's not perfect. The visibility is not amazing. The dark rocks combined with the snow creates a lot of contrast, and it can be quite hard to see enemies sometimes. It's not a huge deal since we can see the nameplates above enemies' heads, but if this was Battlefield 5, it would be almost impossible to see anyone. I find that using a thermal scope was extremely helpful. This helps a lot, especially in the bunker area, as it gets very dark in there. So thermal scopes do absolute work all over this map. But speaking of the bunker, it's a problem. If you played Breakthrough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The last sector on Breakthrough puts one objective inside the bunker. It has only 3 small entrances. You can easily fit 20 defenders in there, and it becomes almost impossible to get in as an attacker. I play mostly Breakthrough, it's my favorite game mode, and I don't even know how many matches just end when the attackers get to the bunker, even if they just steamrolled through the other 2 sectors. It's such an obviously terrible design decision that it really makes me wonder, did DICE even test this? It doesn't make it impossible to win. If you spam smoke grenades and rush in with C5 and PP29s and thermal scopes, you can get away with a lot of kills, but it's very tough and it's very frustrating. Speaking of DICE not testing their own game, what happened to bursting and assault rifles? So, my initial impressions was that the max spread on the ARs is just way too much. I was not able to hit anything at range. But here's the thing, and it's already been confirmed by the devs. The bursting delay is basically broken. You can't microburst. So I was trying to, tap the trigger to reset the spread, like in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. But it wasn't resetting the spread. You have to let go of the trigger for like probably half a second, and that's an eternity in an FPS game, before it resets. It feels awful and really not intuitive at all, but presumably this is just a mistake and it will be fixed. At this point, I think the spread values are probably okay, maybe a bit too much, but they're getting close. But it really makes me wonder, like, unironically, if they have any idea of how to play their own game and actually shoot their guns. I don't think they even understand what microbursting is. It's very frustrating as a player who's been with the franchise for 13 years now. I think the biggest problem is the first shot multiplier. The guns in this game have such a weird, bounce when you burst them. It's almost like the rest of, the recoil doesn't reset as fast as I would want it to. It doesn't, rebound. It's really hard to explain. It's really just something you have to feel, but I do think it is a problem. I really would like the developers to just take a look at Battlefield 3. I think Battlefield 3's gunplay, outside of balance issues, was the best feeling gunplay. The recoil, the microbursting felt amazing in that game. And not this floaty, weird recoil that we have now. But I also want to make it clear, I don't hate the guns in this game. I don't hate how they feel. It's fine. I am maybe being a little bit too critical, but that's also why I'm here. I want this game to be as good as possible. It's not like any devs are watching my videos anyways, but maybe in the future as my channel grows. There is one AR, however, I'm really enjoying using right now, and it's the new ACWR. And I say new, even though it's not, because they gave it a massive buff. Like, it now 4-shot kills out to 30 meters, giving it a very fast TTK. This gun just kind of slaps now. Maybe the best AR in the game at the moment, at least as of this patch. It also feels way better than the other ARs just to burst it. It doesn't feel nearly as bouncy as a lot of the other ones, so that's another reason why I think it works so well. Just a very good all-around weapon, very consistent, like medium rate of fire, low recoil. It's just very, very good. Maybe they'll nerf it, but maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. My top 2 weapons right now, definitely the ACR, but also the PP29. The PP29 is probably my main weapon at the moment. It's just classic. Now, DICE has a lot of weapon balancing ahead of them. That needs to be taken care of. But for the time being, I think that PP29 is just dominating right now. It's not like they did anything to it, but since the ARs now aren't where they need to be, the PP29 just kind of fills that role. You could argue maybe a light machine gun, but personally, I don't like how slow they handle. Much prefer the strafe speed and sprint out speed of the SMGs. So overall, my thoughts on Season 5 are very positive. The weapon balancing needs a lot of work, but it's on the right track. The map is exceptional, except for the bunker point. I haven't unlocked any of the new guns yet, but they look like a lot of fun. It's a good overall package. Problem is this enough to keep people playing? It's just like, the content is great, there's just so little of it. I just wish we had so much more. If we could get 2 maps, 6 new guns, like more stuff to play around with, I think that would go a long way, but it is what it is. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. I'm gonna continue playing Season 5 and hopefully unlock that Deagle sooner than later. I've been Glasse, and I will watch the video in the next time, yeah. Oh, yeah.